Welcome to Jamaica.
Yes. Wagwan. So, welcome again to another 876 Connections, Jamaican Connections. But, we have another connections going on here. Yeah, we have a 784 Connections. And she's sitting right here next to me. Introduce yourself. How you doing?
Hello, my name is Marion. I'm from St. Vincent.
St. Vincent, all right. But we always make a lot of banter within our job that we do about who is the best island, and everybody knows Jamaica anyway. So what do you think?
It depends.
Well, it depends.
But we normally say Vincy are the best.
No, Vinci can't be the best.
All around the best.
No.
So what Jamaican good at?
We are the best in the world on everything. We have the best.
The patois.
I mean, if the patois, Jamaicans, of course, we lack it.
We do sports, we do basketball.
Which basketball? Which part ever hear about any basketball in St. Vincent?
You don't know St. Vincent.
As a matter of fact, which part St. Vincent there? And you really answer the question, it's easy. But yeah, I just want to welcome Marion, a friend of mine. We met in the army recently. And the topic that I'm coming off today again is the one that we really started out on. I believe that everybody should have a basic understanding of first aid. Especially one of the things that I spoke about before was the basis of a lot of car accidents happening in Jamaica, right? Mm-hmm. And instead of people help them out with
on the phone and
yes, so it happened over there. Yeah,
everywhere. It's small islands.
It's small island.
It's a small island.
But Jamaica bigger than your island still, so our island is so small.
Yeah, bigger but poor. Okay. Yeah, but I think it's a small island thing that everybody jump on the phone and record instead of helping.
Yes. So it's I think it's a worldwide thing at the moment anyway, because people don't think about others anymore. And on the basis of, if I was in an accident, I would really like to have someone with the knowledge of first aid and knowing that first aid is the first thing that would come to them head more than to draw out a phone and a video the thing, right? Now, taking evidence, these guys are not reporters, so the first thing is a human life. But so as I said, I'm in the army. So yourself, my job in the army is totally nothing to do with first aid, but I am required to have the basic first aid.
So we teach you guys the basic first aid.
Yes, yeah, and because your teacher is so good,
we expect you to know
exactly. So it's the reason why you are here today, just basically talking about first aid. I'm gonna just ask you a few questions and you can just jump in at any time and elaborate on these ones, but it's just some basic questions I have to ask you. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's okay.
So what's your job really?
Well, I'm a medic. I've been a medic for 11 years.
A medic?
Yeah.
And what does that entail? Just if you don't mind me asking.
So I'm a combat medic, so I do combat. So if I have to go on tour, I'll be frontline providing medical cover.
Okay.
So that's my main job. But if I'm not on tour, then I work in medical centers, doing first aid, doing routine clinics.
You've been a medic in the army for
11 years.
11 years. So you've been in the army for 11 years?
Yes.
And you've been doing
medic for that 11
for that 11 years?
Yes.
Okay. The first aid that you teach us, is it the same level of what you know, or is it just...
No, it's different.
Okay.
So we teach you the basic.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to do extensive courses. Mm-hmm. We can do minor surgeries.
Surgeries?
We don't teach you to do the stuff.
Okay.
So we teach you the basic where if somebody fall or somebody gets in an accident, you can treat. Then you can bring them to us and we do the further treatment. So you do the basic. So
which is when I talk about basic first aid.
Yes, basic first.
So if somebody, so again, me come down to me have my daughter them, and if them get a cut, the first thing that I would do, I would reach for a band-aid. And that's basic first aid.
That's basic, yeah.
But because of our job, we have a different level of band-aid where we need to put on tourniquets and all these things. Do you think the basic first aid that you teach us as first line, just helping out our brothers, our sisters within the field, you believe that could help people outside?
Yeah, it can. Because it's no different to the doing it in the army doesn't mean it doesn't work in civilian street.
Okay.
It's the same treatment. Treatment in the army is same treatment in civilian street.
Okay. So again, the big scenario: somebody in a car accident, pinned in, in a them seat. One of the first thing people gotta do, I just take out them phone and start look. Now this is the other side of the danger, The ones that really want to help just go grab them
and pull them
out.
And that's not safe.
What is the danger in that?
So we normally use this word C-spine, which is cervical spine. So normally, if you in a car accident, you're going to have crush injuries.
Which is the most common injury in our where we are talking about.
Crush injuries,
yeah, crush injuries.
Neck,
yeah.
Fracture of the ribs, broken limbs.
Yeah.
So if you have a spinal injury, we expect in any vehicle accident you get trauma to the spine.
Mm-hmm.
So if you pull that person out of the vehicle, the spine is going to be damaged.
Mm-hmm.
So it's best. First thing we normally do, if you can approach the vehicle safe, turn the engine off, because the engine will be running. Turn the engine off, but somebody should call for help so that this ambulance come. Fire service can come and cut that person out of the vehicle
in the same time that you're trying to do something or trying to help them. So it's not just go and after you're done help them to come out of the vehicle. So in the same time that you're trying to administer first aid, you're calling for
as soon as you see an accident and you're going to
the first thing you do,
call for help, because you can't do it on your own. Or if bystanders are there, instead of on their phone taking photos, tell them to call the fire services, ambulances. Because the fire service, they will come and cut if they need to cut that person out of the vehicle if the person is trapped. But if you can take that person out, normally we say life over limb. Make sure that person, you want to make sure that person is alive more than
try to save them limb.
Save their limb, or as I just said, the spine.
Okay.
To make sure they're alive. When they go to the hospital, that can be realigned if they can. But some people rather know that they are alive than if I take you out of the vehicle, I might damage a spine.
What about on the same basis? So that's like spinal stuff, right? So again, you have I use the word stuff because I know that you're the person here with all the expertise. So we have another thing with them called the tourniquet, which is just basically so if there's a blood spewing out, or again you get trapped in a thing and you realize that what if you try and get out this man, what you need to do is try and stop him from bleeding. So you guys always tell us that we need to wrap something around it where we always carry in our pack. No, I'm not gonna expect people in Jamaica to walk around with that.
So we say improvised.
Okay, so a tourniquet. So what's a tourniquet then, if you don't mind?
So tourniquet is we normally say combat tourniquet, which we use in combat situation, but you can use it in civil street. We have the plastic one, which we can use if we want to do
arms.
Take bloods from somebody.
Okay,
the plastic one can use. But all it does, it stop arterial bleeding. So massive bleed, because you can bleed out and die within a minute. So you want to stop that
1 minute
within a minute. You can lose all your body fluid.
So we are trying to say, so all of the fluid we are go through all of my vein them, the main vein them.
You can lose
in a minute.
So we normally say catastrophic hemorrhage.
Right.
So that's massive bleed, arterial bleed.
Okay.
So we use tourniquet to stop that. So when you apply the tourniquet, you're going to apply it as tight as you can to stop that bleed. Right.
So what can they use as a tourniquet, bearing in mind that
if they don't have a tourniquet?
Yeah, if we don't have just in case, regular Jamaicans.
If you're wearing a scarf.
Okay, yeah.
You can use a scarf. You have a belt. You can use a belt. You can rip your shirt.
Okay.
Rip your pants. Cloth, anything.
So you just need something to tie around.
Something tight, rigid, that when you tie, it's going to secure that.
Alright, I have a broke hand and it bleed out right on my elbow.
Yes.
At the elbow part, so. At which point this thing me not know.
You mean how far?
Yeah, which part? Yeah.
So you
limbs.
Where on your limb you can put the tourniquet or that improvised.
Yeah, improvise, yeah.
Okay. So we normally say where there's viable flesh.
Right.
So if the flesh is, we normally say ripped. You don't go close to that because you can't. There's no tissues there, nothing there to hold for that tourniquet to hold. So you go more above where flesh is that can tie or secure around the flesh.
And try and stop the bleed.
To stop the bleed.
And even if I lose my hand, then I lose my hand, but at least I'm still alive.
At least you stop the blood.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. So, have you had any personal experience doing this, whether it be on tour, or have you had any friends that's done this and then talk about it? You know, for calling a name or anything like that, but any experience that you've seen?
I've been in an experience with it, but I've never get to use a tourniquet.
Have you ever seen a catastrophic incident where you had to help someone, be it on tour or wherever it is? Have you ever had that, or as I said, knowing someone within your field that has done this?
I've walked in a situation where someone got a gunshot to the leg.
Okay.
But there was an exit wound.
Okay.
But it wasn't bleeding out.
Oh, okay.
So there wasn't any need for tourniquet. All we did was just put force field dressing around the leg. And then send him off to hospital.
Force field what?
Force field dressing. So force field dressing is like a bandage.
Okay.
It's a big pad, a white pad that can hold up to 250 mils of blood.
That's enough.
We know it used to be called a pressure bandage, where it applied pressure at the same time to stop the bleed. But we say it's emergency care bandage.
From my point of view, and the training that I've got from the military so far, as a medic within inside a team, and you got a team medic who have a little bit more information than we do, and then also you have the actual medic, which is your job. And then you also have the doctors and the nurses above you that do all these things. So it seems like within this field there is always that level of trying to save a life first. So the first aid, which would be us, then you have the team medic, which would basically be the second aid, third aid, fourth aid. But we're looking at first aid at the moment. What age do you think first aid can be taught at?
It depends. I can say 10, but then a 7-year-old might be able to administer first aid. So it depends on the potential of that person. So, but I think each household, you will know your kids or whoever. So start as early as you can. It's just basic. If something happened to me, do this. Call this number. Yeah. So that is the easiest you can start. Then this is where my first aid kit is. Back home, we normally say cabinet. So this is where my first aid kit.
We have cabinet. First aid cabinet. Are the kit in the cabinet?
Yeah, we put the cabinet. So you can put the first aid kit in the cabinet. So you can tell your children, if you see me fall, or if you're talking to me and I'm not responding, call this number. Then remember where my medicine cabinet is. Go for my medicine cabinet. Go for the bag in there. And if it's a cut, this is how you need to treat this cut. So you teach them what is in that bag, what each kit does. So in the event that something happened, you know how to. But you can't put an age limit on when to start teaching somebody to do first aid.
That's a perfect answer, because it comes down to the earlier we start to teach people, I start to teach kids about all these things and the what we need to do, then the more empathy they will have. And not only that, it's called training.
Yeah.
When we see things happen, we react to it because of training. So the earlier we start teach people about first aid.
And it's not just a one-off, it's continuous. So it's something you keep doing.
Continuous. Because every year we have to do it.
Yeah.
We have to do our training every year, and we have to make sure that we pass it, and we have to know exactly so it's a repetitive.
Imagine smaller children.
Yes.
They need that more.
Yes. Well, and they will get it earlier, which then become a part of them. So running down, thank you, Marion, from the 784 connections to the 876. Well, I do believe everybody needs to be first aid trained, and it should be a requirement within schools, like the fire services, the soldiers, the police, coming into school and giving the school a particular level of training in order for them to understand what needs to be done in the event of motor vehicle accident. Yeah. But anything you want to say now to finishing up?
No, if you have any questions, just ask.
All right. Anybody have any question, just ask Marion. She will tell you, yeah?
We'll get back to you with answers.
Yeah, so thanks very much, Marion. Yeah, man. Blessings, okay? Yeah, man.
Anytime.
All right. Respect.
Connections.